And it escalated. Hold on. Nah, I needed the. Yeah. So you was asking me if I was self-taught.
Yeah.
And I had to just run and get the guitar real quick. So, cause like mad kids is interested in playing the guitar. So, Renell Duplessis showed me like basic. Like I just picked up the guitar and then he showed me this. He was like. So yo, who would think like you can go from that basic to be like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'ma show off. For me, April Showers, it goes back to like the beginning. So it's sort of like when we watch like Batman, all the Batman movies, then it's like Batman the beginning, like before, like early Fugees, like before Deal. Like what did I sound like? Stretch and Barbito. Like what did those freestyles feel like? On the block, before the Deal, what was it like? So the idea of April Showers is just a mixtape, which just goes back to my essence. And essence in the sense of I still have that eclectic style within my hip hop, but lyrically there was a feeling of hunger, and where every line had to count and mean something. For me, April Showers also, because you know you do a mixtape and the mixtape always has these big features on it, and we have the big features, but for me the exciting part is you got to think about it. When I did the score, for example with the Fugees, half of the people on the score you ain't know who they were. Akon was on the score, John Forte was on the score, Rod Digger that ended up going with Flipmo was on the score, the Outsiders, that at one time even Eminem was moving with them too, you know what I mean? So that's the exciting part about this tape, where you pick up a tape and you can actually get an MC that you don't even know. You just like, yo, who this MC, you know? This MC is really hard. Female and male, you know? Well, working with Young Chop was deep, you know? Because me and Young Chop, we actually met at the airport, you know? And you know, he was telling me about, yo, the drill movement, you know? And then my man said, yo, you know, we gonna go to Chicago, we gonna vibe a session with Young Chop. The best way to explain that, it's like when I was growing up, I always was like, yo, what does it feel like when Teddy Riley and Quincy Jones in the studio, you know? Like, what does that energy feel like, you know? And it's like, I felt like they both fed off of each other, you know what I'm saying? And that's the best way to explain to it, you with Young Chop. Like, we in Chicago, I show up with a guitar, you know what I'm saying? Young Chop got all his programs set up on Fruit Loops, you know, his system that he used. Before he get there, I'm already vibing on guitar. And by the time he get there, he starts to play this beat. And when he's playing the beat, you know, he's like, yo, I was vibing on you. And this beat is coming from a totally different place. And my instrument's in my hand. And so think about it. So this generation more works from like the computer. Like they figure it all out. And then, so me, if I just go with the vibe. So for me, I got to catch a vibe. So the vibe is like, I can hear a part and then I start to construct the guitar part on it or a keyboard part. And I think with Young Chop, I think it was the first time that y'all gonna actually hear like the trap movement, but in song form. You know, because we actually, I mean, it's trap, but we got a bridge in it. You know what I'm saying? And it's trap, but like the guitars come in and break it up, you know, the hook idea. Well, coming up for me and playing the instruments and also using the equipment too. So coming up for me, like I use like SP 1200, MPC 60. But now with the programs they make today, all that, you could just cut all that and go right on the computer, which is better in one sense. In my era, yo, like, we had to use these big tape machines, you know what I'm saying? Now you get your whatever, your 64 tracks, Pro Tools, it's all in there. Um, so the idea but one thing somebody can't take is no matter how many programs they put on a computer, they still need a musician to physically create the sounds and the sonics of the programs. You see what I'm saying to you? So in that sense, that's why I think the relevancy of songwriters will always be around. So is now what some artists are facing is when you go to the labels now, if you just having the beats, they're like, well, we can get beats all day. You know, you got to start bringing them songs. They want them concrete songs. So I feel like kids are starting to push themselves a little more now. And like, yo, getting the writers, you know what I'm saying, combining with the beat makers and making it one thing. I still think it's a combination of both.